When it comes to prayer, most of us immediately think of God, the Creator, the Almighty, the one who hears us in our deepest moments of pain and our highest moments of joy. But what happens when we shift that question toward the opposite figure of God's nature? Can Lucifer, Satan, the fallen angel, the adversary, hear our prayers if someone dares to pray to him in the same way people pray to God? This is not just a random question. Around the world, some people genuinely attempt to communicate with spiritual entities beyond God, some out of curiosity, others out of desperation, and some even as part of ritual practices. But the key issue remains. Does Lucifer have the ability to hear prayers in the same way God does? In this video, we will explore this question from multiple angles: biblical, theological, historical, and even psychological. We'll ask, what does the Bible say about Lucifer's power? Is he able to hear thoughts the way God does? If people pray to him, does he respond? And most importantly, what are the dangers of even attempting such a prayer? So let's dive deep and uncover the truth about whether Lucifer can hear prayers if we pray to him as we pray to God. Number 1. Understanding prayer. Before we even talk about Lucifer, we need to understand what prayer really is. Prayer, at its simplest, is communication with God. It's not just about words. It's about intention, heart, and spirit. When someone prays, they're not simply speaking into the air, they are engaging in a spiritual dialogue. The Bible often describes prayer as both spoken and unspoken. God is portrayed as the one who knows our thoughts before we even speak them. This already tells us something crucial. Prayer is effective because God is omniscient. He knows all things. He sees the hidden motives of the heart, the silent cries, and the whispers we never speak aloud. So when people say, "I prayed silently in my heart and God heard me," that makes sense within the Christian worldview because God transcends physical sound. But here's the critical question. Is Lucifer omniscient in the same way? Does he know our hearts? Can he read silent prayers? To answer that, we need to look at the nature of Lucifer himself. Number 2. The nature of Lucifer. Lucifer, according to Christian theology, was once a mighty angel created by God. He was radiant, intelligent, and powerful. But his pride led to his downfall. He wanted to be like God, to exalt himself above the Most High. As a result, he was cast out of heaven along with the angels who followed him. Now, the Bible describes him with many titles: Satan, the adversary, the accuser, the tempter, the deceiver. But what is critical is that he is never described as all-powerful or all-knowing. He is strong, yes, but limited. He is cunning, but not infinite in wisdom. He is spiritual, but not divine. Unlike God, Lucifer is not omnipresent. He cannot be everywhere at once. He is not omniscient. He does not know everything. And he is not omnipotent. He cannot do everything. This distinction matters greatly when we talk about prayer, because prayer requires a being who can hear beyond the physical, who can perceive the silent cries of the soul. So if someone prays to Lucifer in the same way they pray to God, the fundamental question becomes, can Lucifer even hear it if it's not spoken aloud? Number 3. Can Lucifer hear silent prayers? Let's get to the core of it. If someone silently prays in their heart, does Lucifer hear it? The biblical answer is no. Only God has the power to search the heart and mind. Scriptures like Jeremiah 17:10 say, "I, the Lord, search the heart and test the mind." No verse attributes this ability to Satan. Lucifer is a created being, not the creator. His knowledge is vast compared to humans, but it is not infinite. He cannot read every thought in every person's mind. However, and this is important, Lucifer can observe. He is a master manipulator. He studies human behavior, listens to words, watches actions, and uses millennia of experience to predict what people are thinking and feeling. For example, if someone kneels, lights a candle, and whispers words directed to Lucifer, he doesn't need to read their mind to know what's happening. Their outward actions reveal their intention. But if someone only silently prays in thought, without any external sign, Satan doesn't have the divine ability to automatically know it. So the answer is, Lucifer cannot hear silent prayers in the way God does. Number 4. Can Lucifer hear spoken prayers? What if someone speaks out loud to Lucifer just as people speak out loud to God? This changes the scenario. When someone verbally calls upon Satan, demons, or any spirit aligned with him, those entities can indeed hear the words, because words are spoken into the spiritual atmosphere. The spiritual realm is attentive to human speech. In fact, history shows countless occult practices where people chant, invoke, or call upon spirits. These words, rituals, and actions serve as open invitations for demonic forces to respond. So yes, if someone prays to Lucifer out loud, there's no doubt that his kingdom of darkness is aware of it. Whether it's Lucifer himself or his demonic agents, the prayer is not ignored, it is received. But here's the terrifying part. Unlike God, who answers prayer for our ultimate good, Lucifer responds for destruction. His agenda is to deceive, enslave, and devour. So while Lucifer may hear spoken prayers, his responses are always traps in disguise. Number 5. The danger of praying to Lucifer. Some people might wonder, what's the harm in praying to Lucifer if he can respond? The harm is immense. When you pray, you're not just communicating, you're forming spiritual alignment. Prayer is covenantal in nature. It is a declaration of allegiance. To pray to Lucifer is to step into his territory. It's like opening the front door of your home and inviting a thief inside, hoping he'll bless you. Jesus himself warned in John 10:10, "The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy." This describes Satan's nature. So even if he grants temporary favors, they come at a cost. Your peace, your freedom, sometimes even your soul. That's why occult practitioners often speak of an initial sense of power, followed later by torment, oppression, and despair. Lucifer's gifts are poisoned. So yes, Lucifer may hear spoken prayers, but responding to them is always destructive. Number 6. Why do people pray to Lucifer anyway? If the dangers are so clear, why do some still pray to Lucifer? There are several reasons. 1. Rebellion against God. Some people intentionally reject God and choose to align with Lucifer as a form of defiance. 2. Desire for power. Many are lured by the promise of knowledge, influence, or supernatural power. 3. Curiosity. Some experiment with spiritual practices out of fascination, not realizing the dangers. 4. Desperation. In moments of hopelessness, people may turn anywhere for help, including dark forces. But all these reasons rest on deception. People think they're gaining freedom, but in reality, they're trading one bondage for another. Number 7. God versus Lucifer. The difference in hearing prayer. It's important to contrast how God and Lucifer respond to prayers. God hears silently, even unspoken cries. He knows before we ask. Lucifer can only respond to what is revealed outwardly, words, actions, rituals. He cannot see the hidden heart. God answers with love, mercy, and truth. Even when he says no, it's for our ultimate good. Lucifer answers with deception, half-truths, and bait. His goal is never your good, but your ruin. This fundamental difference should make one truth absolutely clear. Lucifer is not a safe or equal alternative to God. Number 8. Historical practices of praying to spirits. Throughout history, many cultures have attempted communication with spirits. From ancient pagan rituals to modern satanic practices, people have always tried to connect with supernatural beings other than God. These practices often involve sacrifices, incantations, symbols and sigils, dedicated altars, verbal invocations. What's striking is that none of these practices rely on silent prayer. They always involve outward acts and spoken words. Why? Because unlike God, these beings cannot read thoughts. They require expression, ritual, and action. This alone highlights the difference between divine prayer and demonic invocation. Number 9. Psychological aspects. Are people just imagining it? Some skeptics argue that praying to Lucifer or demons is all in the mind, that people are simply experiencing psychological effects, not real spiritual contact. While psychology does play a role, the spiritual reality cannot be ignored. Many testimonies from occult practitioners reveal consistent experiences of voices, visions, and manifestations. These go beyond coincidence or imagination. The Bible affirms this too. Satan disguises himself as an angel of light, and his demons masquerade as gods or guides. What may feel like a positive spiritual experience is actually manipulation. So while psychology can explain part of the experience, the spiritual reality confirms the danger. Number 10. The ultimate danger of aligning with Lucifer. At the heart of this discussion lies a sobering reality. To pray to Lucifer is to align yourself with rebellion against God. Lucifer's fate is sealed. Revelation 20:10 says he will ultimately be thrown into the lake of fire. Anyone who chooses to align with him shares in that destiny. This is not just about whether he can hear prayers. It's about where those prayers lead. And the answer is clear. They lead to destruction. Number 11. The safer path. Praying to God. Instead of seeking answers from Lucifer, there is a far better path. Turning to God Himself. Unlike Lucifer, God hears us completely, knows us fully, and loves us unconditionally. He invites us to bring every burden, every fear, every desire before Him. Prayer to God brings peace, clarity, and transformation, not bondage. So the real question isn't, can Lucifer hear our prayers? But rather, why would we want him to? Conclusion. So, can Lucifer hear our prayers if we pray to him as we pray to God? If the prayer is silent, the answer is no. He is not all-knowing like God. If the prayer is spoken aloud or expressed through ritual, then yes, Lucifer and his demons can hear. But hearing does not mean helping. His answers are always deceptive and destructive. At the end of the day, prayer is not just about being heard. It's about who we are aligning with. Praying to God leads to life. Praying to Lucifer leads to destruction. The choice is clear. So next time someone wonders whether Lucifer can hear their prayers, remember this: even if he could, you wouldn't want him to. Thank you for watching, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more biblical insights.